Hello, and if you are an intuitive and spiritual entrepreneur who wants to play bigger, who has questions like, why I'm not that well known? I have so much to share. I have so many gifts and programs and products to offer, but I'm not that well known. And no matter what I do, things seemingly not changing. Then you're welcome to join us for today's and future conversations, where we are going to talk through what is it that stops us from being more well-known, from being discovered, from stepping into the spotlight, and how to change the situation and have fun while doing it. My name is Inga Dexner. I am intuitive business strategist, helping you to make your business profitable and most importantly, enjoyable. And I'm talking today with Gosia Gorna. And Gosia, over to you.
Thank you, Inga. I feel so privileged to be here because all that we're going to talk about is very close to my heart. And I have been through all of that you have mentioned, and the desire to help people to shine more brightly, to do what they came here to do with confidence, it's really powerful. So we've been chatting before and exploring what is it that's stopping us from not doing what we came here to do with confidence. And we've sort of underlined three very important points, right? Which is the fact that we feel afraid of being seen and share who we are because we're afraid of being judged and criticized, not good enough. Sometimes it's fear of success. The second biggest thing, in many cases, it's really unhealthy relationship with social media, either being really upset about it or angry or afraid or not understanding how to use it properly. And the third one is not using the intuition that we all have to share with people what we have, to find out what the business actually needs from us, to be the business whisperer and use the intuition and dance with it so we can serve people better. So we're going to talk about it all, and I can't wait to share what we've prepared for you.
Yes. Yeah, and basically, and this is the beauty, because we know the topics we wanted to cover, but we don't know what will come through. And this is actually the essence of Magical Creators Live event, where we both are speakers, because we know the agenda, we know the topics, but nobody knows what will come through. Because if you came across this conversation, most likely you needed to hear something, even if it's just one sentence. So stay tuned, stay till then, subscribe to get the further videos, and ask questions. If you hear something and it sparks a question, post them below in the comments. Wherever you see this video, we will come back and answer your questions. So shall we start with one of the questions that you have experienced recently with some of your clients?
Yes, so basically I had a conversation with a client yesterday who has got phenomenal gift and a program that she would like to share. But she is the best kept secret. Not many people know about her. She's got desire to share it with as many people as possible. But what was stopping her, and I discovered it in the conversation, was that she was trying to use the social media to share the information in the way that she thought she should. She was basically saying, I should be posting more, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And she said, I hate doing this, okay? But then through taking her through a very simple discovery, we actually came to the conclusion is that the truth is that if you find out what you want to do, what's your biggest vision, biggest mission for your idea, for your product, for your project, and you discover how your soul wants to deliver it, what would be the best way to do it, then it is possible to use the social media to sell with confidence and sell with love, but do it in alignment with who you are, not what someone else is doing. So when we brought it all together, we found a way forward how to share what she's got confidently, but without pushing, pulling, forcing herself to do what other people do, in alignment with her inner knowing. And as soon as we discussed it and we cleared the way, she got very excited, very clear, and went straight into action. So this is what we're going to also be doing in our event in October. So what would you like to say to that, Inga?
You're right. So the first step, especially when you feel you don't like social media, is find this point of attraction, of excitement. Because no matter what strategies you are using, no matter if you do all the right things, but if your heart it's not into the process, it won't work. You can do all the right tactics, it won't work. And equally, when you have this excitement created, when you become curious, then you can start exploring also what particular platform wants from you. And your energy very often will beat the algorithm. But if you play nicely of what platform wants from you, let's say Instagram at the moment, it will forward reels. If you have your message and you create a short video, it will be shown to more people rather than just a photo. You can keep doing photos if it's what excites you more, but I think it should be a balance of what platform wants, because they have their own agenda, and you're giving them because they want to grow. They compete with other platforms. So by helping them to stay relevant, they will help you. So this is this combination of following what you want and aligning it what the platform wants from you.
It's actually very interesting point, because what I thought, it's the combination of what you want, the platform wants, people want, but also what your soul wants, right? Does it make sense?
True. Yeah, it has to be combination with all of it. Sometimes we mix when we say, it doesn't flow to me or my soul doesn't want it. It's very often when there is still resistance and you don't understand how system works. Sometimes our ego will find the right language, which says, oh, it doesn't flow, it feels heavy. And we find it as an excuse, because indication when it feels heavy is a permission not to do it. So here you need to be very honest with yourself. Like, is it really my soul wants me not to do it, or this is my resistance? Because if we take just an example of Instagram, or maybe because I am real obsessed, right? But the thing is, your message can be the most profound, the most inspirational, but if not enough people see it, then it just stays on your feet and that's it. So, but when you play alongside with the platform and put this message on a short video, you don't need to do much, right? You just record a video, and then people will start sharing, and you're just showing up on consistent basis. It doesn't need to be more, it needs to be consistent. So the system can rely on you, the algorithm can rely on you, that you will show up on regular basis, and your audience can realize that they hear from you on continuous basis because they are inspired by what you're saying.
We have a first question here for you. What is your opinion? Is it possible to fall in love with social media if you're not in love with it at all? Is it possible to fall in love with social media like you've never fallen in love before? Now, I have something that I want to share with you that I came up with today, that came to me in a very inspiring way. This is what came to me. That relationship with social media is very much like relationship with a person, with a man or with a woman, right? With whoever you're with. And the relationship could be like healthy or unhealthy. It could be obsessive. It could be very addictive, right? Or it could be very inspiring, balanced, and phenomenal and long-term. It could be a long-term relationship or a short sort of quick one. And so when I started actually asking myself, is my relationship with social media healthy? I came to the conclusion it's not very healthy at all. Why is that? Because when you think about unhealthy relationship to social media, it could be very addictive. That people are constantly checking what's going on, comparing themselves with others. And I even have a friend who told me that when he was going through a breakup with his wife, they were on the floor, but basically nothing was working. They were arguing every single day. And they had this big argument in the morning. She said, oh, let's go and have few pictures. And she was smiling. And he was thinking, to himself, we are actually probably going to divorce. And yet she's posting those things behind the mask. And she's hurting, I'm hurting, and she's showing to the world things that are not real. And she was constantly on the internet, even though she was there with the child. Instead of paying attention to her family, to her man, she was on the phone and checking. So very unhealthy relationship, yes? Too much, addictive, comparing, masks, not honest, and not really doing this with a very clear intention. On the other hand, if the relationship is healthy, which is very balanced, you're very clear how you want this relationship to be. You're very clear how you're contributing to it. What are you giving, right? So if I don't post anything for, which was now a case for about 3 months at all, and I think, oh, this is just like a noise, there's so much noise on it, judgment, not accepting the social media for what it is. And the social media has got a lot of light and a lot of dark. And when we're in a relationship, we need to accept both, see it for what it is, and bring our part to the table with honesty, with no masks, with vulnerability, and very clear intention and love. So I've come to the conclusion that I need to tweak my relationship to social media, stop judging it, stop actually resisting it, and use it for the purpose that I have on this planet. And I have a very clear purpose, very clear mission, and by not sharing who I am in an honest, real, vulnerable way, in a way that serves me as well, not every day, because it doesn't work for me, not constantly checking, answering, but flowing with it in a way that serves me, but also serves my people. I actually, guys, got very excited about it. And if your relationship with social media, it's like any relationship you could have, your love relationship. If it's not good, you can change it. If it's good, you can improve it. And if it's non-existent, you can decide whether you want to do something with it or not. But the point is this: I believe that all our relationships should be healthy. I don't know if you agree with me, Inga. I will stop speaking in a moment. And they should be we should be bringing our best self to the table and sharing our greatest gifts and talents in all the relationships. And social media, it's a relationship like anything else, any other relationship, and can be used to make a bigger difference on the planet, through our business, through our message. So my answer is it possible to fall in love with social media? My answer is yes, if we think about it and we take it not necessarily seriously, but we consider it as a pathway to show up in our fullest greatness. So Inga, I think I didn't breathe throughout the whole chat that I've just given. Do you believe? Is it possible to fall in love with social media for someone who is not in love with it?
Yes and no, short answer. Right. And first of all, let's put it clear that I don't share viewpoints that there is a relationship with social media. However, I see your point, right? We can interpret that relationship with social media can be a relationship with other people, but I use social media as a tool. I believe that it's a tool and it can be used for good, as the same like we can use knife for good, chopping the vegetables, or we can use knife or hammer for bad, right? Social media is exactly the same. And if you use it as an escaping tool, what was in that family situation, because I believe that woman used social media as a masking tool for the world to see that she's happy, as an escape tool, not to deal with her relationship, because she'd rather be in this imaginative world where she doesn't need to face the fact that her marriage is breaking down. So this is my personal opinion. And in our next video, let's talk about whether you need to fall in love with social media, whether you need to use it for your business, and how to find different ways. Because I believe, as I said, yes and no, it doesn't need to be. If it's like unnecessary evil, you can find the ways how to fall in love. And let's talk to the next video, and we will put the link so it's easy for you to follow the conversation. But what to do if you can't fall in love with social media? Can you run your business without it?